This should be an exciting one. All right, as always, let me know how the audio is. Let me know how I sound. Let me know how the music is balanced relative to me speaking. And yeah, all that stuff. So I've seen some really... Okay, I think let's just make sure we're live here. Okay, great, we're live. Okay, so hello everybody, hello. This should be a fun one. So I've seen a lot of theories in chat about what the set... I actually said what the set was in chat earlier, but I guess a lot of people missed that. It's not Terra Ghost Astonish. It's not Sub Wisp. It is Sub DD Dragon Darts Phantom Force. We are running Dragon Dance Dragapult today. This and Choice Band are like my favorite Pult sets, but the problem with Choice Band is that in past generations you could run Adamant. This generation, it's tough to get away with that because of, Darkrai and Zamazenta. And I'm really greedy. So Choice Band sets don't quite satisfy my greed the way they used to, So why do I sound 2 octaves deeper? Maybe I just woke up. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Maybe the tiredness is still in my voice a little bit. Yeah. What was that? Yeah. So I set one of those alarms that's like, well, I surely won't need this, but just in case. And someone's saying team already made. No. So we are going to build a new team, or at least heavily revise this. But I wanted to kind of go to the last time we built with Dragapult. So a little while ago, we did a Probopass stream. And the idea was that DD Dragapult obviously hates Kingambit. It's, also a lot of people saying, oh, is Dragapult a trash mon now? Why is Pink building Dragapult? Doesn't Pink build like unique Pokemon? It's like, yeah, well, kind of. I build unique Pokemon and sets. Or, well, honestly, I just build whatever I want, whatever I find interesting. But don't worry, there are tons of Pokemon still on the list that are unique and interesting that I want to give a try. Regarding the internship, do you think you and your team may have to build a reactor in a cave with a box of scraps? No, I'm not Iron Man. Anyway, though. So, yeah, and the reason for the different times, which I'll announce like fully changed times later, but unfortunately, yeah, for the next few months, I will be doing an internship in Asia. Well, not unfortunately. Unfortunately for the regular times, because we will have to change those. But yeah, I will let you know. It'll probably be the times that I've done this week, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, let's. So hopefully those times work for you. If not, that's unfortunate. But we'll see. I'll maybe put out a poll. We'll figure out some times. Remember to like the stream if you're excited, if you're ready, by the way. But yeah, basically the Dragon Dance Pult though performed really well. That was one of the key takeaways when we used this. I was seriously impressed, honestly, with how it did. It was really solid, and it was tricky, kind of like with how much speed to invest. Excuse me. Ugh, bit of a yawn. Okay. So, yeah, like clear body, I think we went with that, but it's tough because it's like, well, 351 is nice because you outspeed all the 350s, which probably is the place we're going to end up. But then it's like, well, should we outspeed Iron Valiant? Should we go max speed and just like try to speed tie Darkrai and stuff? So we'll see where we want to end up with this Dragapult. I think we'll go 350, but hey, we might even go bulkier. A lot of bulk on Dragapult is nice. Now, and it did really appreciate screens. That is another thing. It definitely did appreciate the screens. That gave it the ability to set up in a lot of situations where it otherwise would have a really tough time. So this Dragapult just does, I love DD Pult. It does so many cool things, and it matches up shockingly well into a lot of the tier. But it obviously does have some pretty big drawbacks as well. Also, yeah, the Volk ban is interesting. I agree, but still 62% ban is a lot. I'm shocked Volcarona is like getting banned again. Like I'm astounded. Which I'm as I said, like I kind of like Volcarona, so I'd be down if it were to enter the tier. Like I'd be okay with that. But I definitely think it's broken. Like there's so many people like, oh, there are plenty of answers. It's like no. Volcarona will always find a way to be broken. Anyway, let's see. What was I going to say? Yeah, so the idea behind this was, well, let's kind of just talk about Dragapult for a little so we can kind of understand this together. So, hates to see. So there's some things it just really hates. Number one enemy of Dragapult is Kingambit. It's not close. It absolutely hates seeing this Pokemon. And then there's also like Clefable. It's not a big fan of. And fortunately, this is one of the other great things about Dragapult. If you look at the other fairy types in the tier, they, like every other fairy type, is pretty much crumbling to Phantom Force. They really don't like dealing with it. I guess Weezing is the other one that's like doesn't really like it. Weezing, we'll clarify that. Okay. So let's see. Any other major? Well, obviously Dondozo, right? That's gonna stall teams are the end, which is not unique. The day Regieleki got dropped, I was building screens and added a Dragapult. Then I realized it lost Terra Blast. Well, here's the thing. When you run leftovers on your Dragapult, Phantom Force is actually kind of nice. And I actually, well, even back when Terra Blast was allowed, I ran Phantom Force on this Pult. Which is another reason I kind of like this, because I feel like a lot of people have put physical Pult on the shelf, and I don't think they should. I think this Pokemon is still very much still respectable. No, I did not vote. I did not get Rex. But Phantom Force has a certain benefit. So first of all, it's stronger, right, than Terra Blast. Obviously not when you Terra as well, but 90 base power, more than 80 base power, right? Breaking protection is pretty nice, you know, the fact that I can get past Gliscor. That's not really a huge deal about it, but it is kind of a nice little side effect. And you get extra turns of healing when you use Phantom Force, and those extra turns of healing can be pretty important. That actually allows you to PP stall certain things, like you can PP stall Garganacles, Salt Cures with Phantom Force. So. Yeah, I honestly think Phantom Force is the stronger option. And and of course, how am I missing? The biggest benefit in my mind of Phantom Force is that it allows you to run Terra Dragon. Because Terra Dragon darts, when you start DDing, it's so powerful. It is so insanely powerful. Let's look at some calcs together. Dracology. Yeah. So we're adamant. Terra Dragon, and we'll take away the choice band, even though it's the same as +1, but whatever. So, like, what's a Pokemon we want to look at? Let's look at, like, a Landorus. Okay, so... max HP Landorus straight up dies. +1, you Terra Dragon. What are some other Pokemon we can show off these calcs against? But like a Tinglu. Let's look at a Tinglu. Show you guys that. Tinglu is taking 60 at +1. So like, and then yeah, let's look at Kingambit's the only one that it's like, ooh, you see that and you're like, oh my gosh, actually that's not even bad. You're doing like, okay, max HP Kingambit +1 Terra Dragon darts. You are guaranteed 3-hit KOing with leftovers against max HP. Like, that's not even terrible. I think actually, yeah, with Terra Dragon, that's like, I think you're winning that, actually. Like 132 HP, and if we have screens up, We have like reflect. We still definitely want countermeasures for King Gambit because we're not going to be at perfect health all the time, and it's the worst thing to face. But yeah, we would actually win that scenario then. Yeah, well, SD, it'd be close. It'd be close, but I think we'd win that. And we could also play, sucker punch mind games. So I'm going to take a quick, get a little bite of cereal here. Sorry, quite hungry, but we're back now. Okay. So yeah, this is a cool one. This is definitely a cool one. So the idea with this team last time was that the number one thing the Dragapult hates to see is King Gambit by a pretty large margin. And I mean, let me go down the list, see if there's anything else. But I think this is it. Yeah, I mean, like kind of Petron, not really though. It's DD, sort of. Zamazenta, we do honestly a ton of damage to. So the thing it really hates to see is King Gambit. What kind of cereal? It's like grain. It's like oat grain, something like that. Anyway, so the idea behind this team was, okay, well, let's add a Probopass. So it does a few things. It's defensive support, body press, Volt Switch, T-Wave, Stealth Rock, right? But also has Magnet Pull, Body Press. So this forces a King Gambit to either change its type in Terra, which makes it obviously a lot easier for Dragapult to deal with, or, King Gambit will just die to Body Press. So that's the idea. Now, of course, it sometimes didn't go so well. Low kick can do a ton, but this was the vision of the team. And then, we had other Pokemon that kind of took advantage of that, like Petron, Nasty Plot Petron also really liked Probopass, eliminating King Gambit. And then we had Wellspring because it's a Wellspring. Obviously, doesn't really need any more explanation than that. And a support Great Tusk. So I'm not opposed to keeping Probopass on the team. My goal is to make Dragapult as strong as possible. Maybe that involves Probopass, maybe it doesn't. So I'm going to just copy this team so we can kind of mess with it as we want. But I would say Aurora Veil has really fallen out of favor. We go to OU here. Aurora Veil has really fallen out of favor. People are generally getting much better performances with conventional screen setters. So I think we can kind of learn from that and shift away from Ninetales. That's one change I'm pretty sure we're going to make. Are you worried about Future Sight or Psychic in general? No. This entire team pretty much smokes Psychic types. Now, we're not going to just copy this team, but like Dragapult doesn't worry about Psychic. So, okay, let's see here. Let's see. What we either need, because King Gambit is by far the biggest problem, and Clefable's not that popular. So we need either a King Gambit Trapper like Probopass, which it's pretty much just Probopass. You can technically do a similar thing with like a Lowland Golem, but I think I think Probopass is probably better at it. So we need a Trapper, or a team that heavily pressures King Gambit. So this is kind of the idea. Now the risk with a team that pressures King Gambit is that to deal damage to King Gambit, right? To do significant damage to King Gambit, you kind of need a team that is bad against King Gambit, but can also damage it a lot. But the issue with that is if you have a hyper offense team that's kind of bad against King Gambit, you're really opening yourself up to just getting wiped by Sucker Punch. So it's not great. It's not great. So let's think about this. One idea I have, so let me run a calc with Petulant here. Petulant, because I'm thinking if we can go with a Terra Dark Petulant with a Reflect Up, that's taking 0 from everything, right? And if we're +6, and we have Shadow Ball, how much are we doing to King Gambit? Oh my god, that's not even 2 KOing. That's kind of horrifying. Okay, but King Gambit, if it boosts up, is also kind of doing nothing, so maybe that's okay. Yeah, so that's one possibility, is we kind of go with Pokemon that can Terra to get past King Gambit. Why not Magnezone? Because Magnezone's doesn't get Stealth Rock, basically, and it's just like not as bulky, and yeah. Corrosion Glim. No, that was a really fun stream yesterday. If you want to see a Corrosion Glimora team in Champions go absolutely insane, go undefeated and hit top 10, check out the VOD from yesterday. It was wild. But yeah, let's see here. Life Orb, Terrifier, Chomp kind of cooks. No, it is a very, very rare set. But also, no, it really doesn't. I don't think that's too problematic for us. We have a Wellspring. So, is Iron Moth good? Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Terra Blast Band hurt it like a little, not much. It'll be totally fine. It'll be totally fine. Okay. What else is like a good means of pressuring King Gambit? So, possible pressuring. Actually, I guess there's one more approach. Or a team that is otherwise really solid into King Gambit. So that's just the idea that, like, well, maybe Dragapult won't do anything, but at least, you know, the rest of the team will be happy to see it. Oh, how many Overlord stacks? 0 on that. Yeah, so that's a good point as well. But yeah, I guess, like, yeah, Terra Dark, oops, NP, Petulant is a possibility. Like, maybe like a sub Goldengo? Goldengo / like Terra Fairy Goldengo. Possibility. What else? Some like Iron Crown BS. Always a possibility, but like that might get out Tinglu. So that's not the strongest option for pressuring King Gambit, I would say. Kyurem with like DDEP maybe. Terra fighting Brick Break Beedrill. Yep, that's the one. Darkrai, I don't really think so. Nobody's really bringing in King Gambit on a Darkrai unless their team is just horrible against Darkrai, and that's where they're at. Which I've been in that boat before, but it's not a common switch into Darkrai. You generally go into like your Tinglu, your Zamazenta, your Primarina. Let's see. Any other Pokemon? Like, I guess kind of Ogerpon Wellspring, not really. For DD Bolt, I've used Darkrai a lot. Okay, that's interesting. Like, I mean, I guess people are... I mean, yeah, well, I guess Whisprai... NP Whisprai seems like it could be good. It seems like it could actually... It could potentially mess some stuff up. Indeedee Psychic Terrain plus Life Orb, Dragapult, Fire Blast. Super not a fan of that set. I appreciate the idea. I get where you're coming from. And I mean... Fire Blast. I wonder if Flamethrower does this. I mean, it's not a bad idea in general, but it's not the direction I want to go in today. for sure it's not the direction I want to go in today. But I'll write that down. Let's see here. Let me write that down. DD LO Terrifier Fire Blast Pult on Psi terrain. Cool. It's a cool idea. Okay. So yeah, we've got some ideas. So what I want to try to start is just a different screen setter. I want to give that a go, and I think we had issues with Raging Bolt and like Dragapult last time. So I think replacing this with a Grimmsnarl makes a ton of sense. I want to kind of try Regieleki, but let's go with the option that actually seems like a good idea. Parting Shot and Spirit Break. I think this is by far the best set, and I like Terra Steel on these guys typically. So we'll try with the Probopass first and see if it's working for us, if it's doing what we want it to do, and if not, we can shift and go to a different method for that later. We'll go for other Grimmsnarl. Let's go 8 actually. It helps us play Clefable too, I think, and they sometimes run 4. What about luring with Future Sight? No King Gambit's gonna be like, oh, there's Future Sight coming. Let me switch it to a Pokemon that I know gets a fighting move. If that's the caliber of player we're facing, then we will be fine anyway. And yeah, since we have Probopass, we can keep this thing. Well, actually, let's go Terra Ghost. Let's get greedy with it. Why not, right? Especially now that we have. Well, no, it was for the Dragapult actually, which makes sense. So let's go. Let's stick with Fairy then. Yeah, Volk is banned, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for the tier and for balancing and for a lot of things, honestly. Yeah, so we'll try just subbing out the screen setter and seeing how it's working in this metagame. And then if we're not getting good results, we'll change. Let me just make sure I'm not tripping. We have the right on Magnapole, Prankster, Light Clay. Yeah, okay. Let's give it a go. Let's get another bite of cereal here. All right, thank you for your patience as I got a little quick bite to eat. This looks like this looks like a pretty good matchup for us, to be honest. I'm liking the look of this. DD Pult looks like it could definitely just go crazy. I think we can kick it off with Grimmsnarl. Probably on the Glamora. Okay, interesting. So against this, I think I want a Parting Shot immediately. And probably could go into Petron. Could go into Petron for sure. Tusk looks pretty nice too, though. It's going to be a knockoff almost certainly, so let's do that. And I think we just... Do we knock off or do we head? Let's headlong. I feel like it's probably going to be Hatterene coming in. Yeah, because they don't want Stealth Rock to be set, which makes sense. And we do a good chunk. Let's see. Helmet? Okay, cool. So I'm glad I didn't knock off. I think that's the better outcome. Yeah, so this thing, it's probably just going to like Pain Split. Yeah, this is kind of irritating. So I guess I'm going to go with the, well, they don't know we don't have a steel type attack. Probopass also just doesn't have that much HP, so it's good for getting pain splitted. And I'll Volt Switch here and just sort of see what my opponent wants to do. I'm hoping this scares them out and they're worried about a steel move. But they also, you know what's crazy is my opponent's team has no steel resist. Like, that's just wild. Setting themselves up for failure, honestly. Okay, here I'm happy to go into Petron, and I don't think they want to switch immediately. I think they're going to start with a knockoff. So I want a Nasty Plot, and then I want a Malignant Chain the following turn. So I think they'll go for an attack first. We should calc that Volt Switch and see what this thing is. That looks like, yeah, AV. Okay, cool. So we're speedy, we outpace this, we can Shadow Ball here, totally fine. That is a very bulky Glamora, and we get red carded, which makes sense. Yeah, so even with 0 special attack, it's still doing enough that we have to be aware of that. So I'm thinking I just like Great Tusk here, and then we can spin. If this thing wants to Terra, that works for me. Okay. So Ice Beam will do it. Let's go into Grimmsnarl here. We can just set up a light screen. Yeah, and they don't make any crazy read. We don't get frozen, which is also cool. That did a lot more than I expected. No, I guess Darkrai's just crazy. Okay. Yeah, I'll go into Tusk here. This is a totally fine Tusk moment. If an AM is contrary, that'd be a really nice mid-ground here for my opponent, but they did not go for that. So, okay, we do get poisoned, which is kind of unfortunate, but really can't complain. And, okay, leftovers and AM in the house. Good to know, good to know. Are we greedy adamant? Okay, we're jolly, that's good. I'm glad I occasionally make, like, the right decision, even though I am super greedy. Let's go Ogerpon here. Glamora enters. Yeah, I'm going to... Well, we could... No. I was going to say we could sub. We could get like crazy greedy here, but they also have no water resist. My opponent's team is like super... What elo are we? Oh, geez. Oh, nice. Critical hit. We like those. Yeah, so I forgot I was getting some background footage with some terrible Pokemon, so we are 1600 right now. Go for the Nasty Plot to cover the Glamora switch in. But yeah, my bad. We are at very low ladder, so we're going to try to climb up. Yep, I'll go for it. Okay. Get a Choice Scarf. Honestly? I'm super down. We kind of just win now. Like, not really, but this is not bad for us at all. Oh, we 2-hit KO this. Oh my god, what? Oh, I forgot that's a 4 times resist. Whoops. Let's get in our friendly Grimmsnarl. Weird Hatterene switch, but okay. Sure. Bring in Probopass. We'd honestly love Probopass to get nuzzled here so we can get the slow turn. Okay. We could set up our own rocks if we wanted to. Let's try it. Cool, we got him. I think, yeah, Volt Switch is fine. Yeah, EP won't do... I mean, it'll do a chunk, but it won't do that much. I'm down to Rapid Spin here. I think no hazards up is good for me. Okay, and I think here... Probably Hatterene just enters. Let's go for a Headlong Rush. Okay, we get Glamora, which is awesome. Let's go Petron here. It actually kind of smokes everything. Let me heal up if they click knockoff. That's awesome. Okay, good call for my opponent there. Let's go into Probopass. So, you got a fighting move, surely. So we can, let's go into Petron. Well, why not? Let's do that. And then we can Shadow Ball. And you do, like, nothing with Ice Punch. Nice, we're getting drops. Excellent. Now, okay, here, how much is Darkrai taking? Probably, like, 220. Okay, that's actually a 2-hit KO. That's surprising. What has leftovers? Is it considering that? Yeah, it is. Well, hold on. 32% to 2-hit KO with leftovers. So they're just like, they're just telling fibs out here. Let me go into Grimmsnarl this turn. It's fine if it Ice Punches. And yeah, obviously Darkrai coming in. We got that. That's a good scenario. Okay. Let's go Probopass here. Yeah, no, Zone is... The Probopass is better than Zone. Let's Volt Switch here. Okay, sure. Okay. I think Dragapult DD looks fine here. It's Terra Dragon. Alright, in comes the Enam. Let's Phantom Force. Let's not waste any time here. Get right down to business. Yeah, there's the Moonblast, and let's see. This thing pulls a Terra normal, I'm gonna rage. Okay, Hatterene, sure. Alright, like, you still die. Oh, they subbed, poor thing. Actually, wait, hold on, does that not bypass sub? Ah. I thought it bypassed sub. Oh. That's not ideal. Okay, well. Yeah, that's not great. Let's go Grimmsnarl here. Okay, they just attack. That's fine. Cudgel should pretty much wrap this game up. Remember to like the stream if you're enjoying. This was a weirdly long game for being hyper offense versus hyper offense. Like 40 turns. Wow. Okay, Okie dokie comes in. Yeah, that's gonna die. I mean, they can go for the flinch here. Oh, that actually no, we lose this. Yeah, I should have been way more careful with some of our resources. Actually, no, the play. So yeah, okay. We start off with losing to a 1600s player, so that's not so good. Wait, actually, yeah, we're about to drop into 1500s. So actually, no, there's 1700, but still, that's a pretty embarrassing loss. I should not have lost that one. Yeah, I guess I don't know. The Enam, I forgot Phantom Force, despite going through Protect, does not go through Sub. So, yeah, we could Infiltrator. Yeah, and also, I probably should have just Terra Watered Ogerpon. That would have been a better play. I got overconfident and tried to do it with Dragapult when I should not have, was basically the mistake. So, I don't think that was a team issue. That was just honestly terrible playing. Alright, this looks like a pretty good Pult matchup. The Zapdos plus the Ival is a bit of an annoying core, but mostly this doesn't look too bad. I'm expecting an H-Rot lead, so I actually want to kick it off with Probopass so we can body press that. Probably DD Pult is our best win con here, or Patron. Both of those look pretty good. Okay, very interesting. So I'm going to go hard into Patron here in case this thing has a fighting move, which obviously 4 times super effective, that's going to smoke Probopass. Let's see. CC, okay, that's good. And I actually want a nasty plot here, because what? You stayed in. Okay, okay, no, that makes sense. We're about to get encored, aren't we? Let's Shadow Ball here. Oh no. Okay, well, honestly, Fairy type dead. I'm not happy with how that went, but like I would have liked to, definitely would have liked to have Fetch run around, but that's not terrible. I want to go into Probopass here. Okay, this is weird. Let's, like, what are you trying to? Let's Thunderwave in case this gets Nast. Okay, it just clicks Ivy Cudgel. That's banded for sure. So that's really good to get paralyzed. Let's set up Stealth Rock. Okay. So our Ogerpon just became amazing once they let this get paralyzed. Let's Body Press here. I guess they might go into Tusk. Okay. No, we're not up for getting paralyzed. That's okay. It's all right. Let's Reflect. All right. Now, something to note, we do not want to what was I going to say? We do not want a Parting Shot here. This thing will end up with plus 3 attack. So let's go into Dragapult. Hopefully we don't get critical hit. And we instantly get critical hit the turn that was worst case for that to happen. Cool. Let's DD. All right, we can sub here. This should not break. Great. I think we do DD again. And then we sub, as long as we don't get critical hit here, which we really, given we got critical hit right when we switched in, we don't deserve to get critical hit again here. Okay. So if this is an offensive Tusk, I think we kill here with Terra Dragon Darts. Yeah, we're likely to. So let's do this. Great. Down it goes. And this should be it. I mean, I guess it might be Terra Fairy, but let's go for darts. It's probably like Terra. Okay, I was thinking maybe Terra Steel, which we would have 2-hit KO'd anyway, but okay, just die, sure. This is not going to go well for this Cloaking. Okay, nice. Let's get another game going here just because we have so much ground we need to cover. Okay, they forfeited. Cool. GG. Oh, whoops. GG. Nice. Take those. Okay. This team loses to Ogerpon when we get screens up, so that's probably the big angle we want to go with. We also have Probopass for the Kyurem, so that's that. Or excuse me, for the Kingambit, so that's really nice. Let's kick it off with Grimmsnarl. We can probably bait out the Kingambit with Nasty Plot Petrant and then kind of go from there. I'll start off with the Reflect. I think that's totally fine here. Stone Axe. That is, I think, banded. That kind of did a lot. Unless maybe I'm just not impressed enough with Cleavor. Okay, looks like I should be more impressed with Cleavor. Ah, good Hatterene switch. Yeah, that was good. Good on him. Yeah, I'm not up for this again. I'm gonna go into Petrant here. Yeah. Let's Nasty Plot. Okay. This should be a switch to Kingambit here, so let's bring in Probopass. I don't see a world in which you don't go to Kingambit here. Why did you go Mola? This, oh my god. Okay, well, this is fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's Volt Switch here. Let's go Petrant. Okay, we die. Cool. Let's just Cudgel. Just throw off an attack right away. Okay, we get a kill on Cleavor. Cool. Works for me. Let's go... Ooh, let's go Grimmsnarl on this. It's usually pretty good against Kyurem. Okay, gonna just be a Freeze Dry. That works. Let's Reflect. And, go Ogre here. It's SD. Oh no. That's really... We are getting smoked by this person. They are like just calling out every single play in the world, and it's going awful. Okay. Yeah, wow. This is super bad. We now have to like somehow find a way to win this Dragapult because it's the only Pokemon that isn't like super chipped. Okay, they weren't scared. Yeah, I mean, we just lost like every single play this game. Trying to think how we could possibly do this. I'm going to try Volt switching here. Let's try to get in Grimmsnarl on hopefully not a D-Kiss. Okay, cool. That worked at least. And I guess Dragapult is all we can do here. Okay, and then we lose. Actually, maybe not. If it's not a bulky Kingambit, there's maybe a world where we can pull this out. Oh no, it's just gonna slow our Cowtoke. Yeah, this okay. I mean, okay, let's try this. They shouldn't sucker here. Okay, yeah. It's just like maybe a world where we can try some absolute nonsense here. Freeze dry kills, so I'm going to try to SD and hope they're just like not special attack invested. Yeah, completely should have won that game. Just like opponent just called out every single play. I was trying to play too quickly, but I did not think like they called out the, if we'd Horn Leeched on the Tusk as they CC'd, would have been an instant loss. But this person just like made some really whack plays. Well, not I guess it was an AV Mola, but like that doesn't want to get Malignant Chained. And that also lets the Petron heal for free. So I have no idea why my opponent made that Mola play. There were a lot of plays here that just kind of made no sense. But I guess hey, I guess it worked for them. But no, at the point, someone in chat saying you can win this. No, at the point I'm currently at that I know you're at with the delay, there is a 0% chance I can win. Kyurem literally just comes in and kills everything. Okay, so yeah, I mean that sucked. But yeah, that was just bizarre. Like I have zero, I guess, I don't know. I guess let's just try to not predict anymore until we get to like 1700s. Let's just not try to predict. I think that'll go a lot better for us. Kicking off the game here. Dragapult looks very good. I think I want to just start with Grimmsnarl. Let's just get up a light screen. If they want to trick, I think that's okay. I think that's not the end of the world. I wonder if we want to go Flash Cannon on this thing, because we keep seeing, like, Hatterene. Okay, it's just a Sludge Bomb. That Sludge Bomb damage. That's Specs. Okay, we got, yeah, no, that's way too much for Expert Belt. Well, maybe like a Max Roll Expert Belt? I don't think so. Yeah, no, that's Specs indeed. Okay, so it's locked in here. I think Reflect is fine. Okay, they stayed in. We get poisoned. Cool. I think the best angle here is Pecharunt. I think that's going to be our best bet. Let's go for a Nasty Plot. And let's Shadow Ball. I think it's fine. We could theoretically smoke this entire team with Pecharunt right now. It is a speedy Lando, but I mean, that's to be expected. Okay, let's just go for another one. Probably could have healed there. I probably didn't go more because the Probopass trap being like, I just don't think so. Like, I don't know. Maybe I should have just waited till the Kingambit entered and then gone in. Maybe that was the play. So I mean, we don't even kill, which is rough. Let's go into Tusk here, and then Rapid Spin. At least, I mean, hey, the Lando's dead, and, you know, hazards are now ours. Can we talk about the fact that every single team we've seen has had a Hatterene, which completely shuts down Probopass? Is that not crazy? Like, I feel like Thunderwave's the best option here, but if Hatterene's 100% usage, then we do want to go Flash Cannon. Yeah, Hatterene is rough. I'm thinking we get rid of the Probopass. I think next game we're gonna get rid of the Probopass. It's not doing it for me. Let's go Petrunt, I guess, and hopefully they click D-Kiss. Cool. Okay. Let me Shadow Ball. It should be an Iron Crown. Okay, nope. They just stayed on in with Hatterene. I guess that's AV, I'm thinking. Okay. So, all right. Here's what we can do with an AV's Hatterene. Go into this, and we can substitute. Actually, let's Terra Water substitute. Give Grimmsnarl low kick. No, it's not good. I've tried low kick Grimmsnarl. SRN was a huge low kick Grimmsnarl stand. We tried it, constantly wishing we had Spirit Break. It doesn't kill King Gambit, by the way, low kick Grimmsnarl. Like, it does not get the job done. You need to invest so much in attack. Okay, well, we are... Can we afford to... Let's Horn Leech. Let's just Horn Leech here. Okay, so they are speedy as well. Let's go into Probopass on what's hopefully a grass move. Power up, yep, good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Should be an Ivy Cudgel here for sure. So let's go into Dragapult. And... let's sub. Blaziken. Okay. I think we kill... Let's DD here for sure. They go for Protect in the questionable play of the century. I think we Darts, because that even covers if they're Sash. It's rough if they get the double Protect, though. Sash is not a thing. But they do have... No, it's a Blaziken. It's kind of... Okay, let's go for it. Okay, they blitz. Yeah, nobody runs Sash Blitz. Like, nobody does that. I hope. I really hope nobody does that. No, we're not running Magnezone. If we're at the point that we're running Magnezone, we're just getting rid of the Probopass strategy in general, which is the plan. I think we just get rid of it. Okay, down goes Blade. Yeah, we should win here. Yeah, there's no reason not to click Phantom Force here. If they Terra to get out of it, that's fine. Then we kill with everything with Dragon Darts. So let's see what they want to do. You have Terra Dark or something? Okay, down goes Hatterene. Cool. Speed booster, eh? Yeah, you don't kill with a +1 Tachyon, so I'm fine to just do this again. Like, it'll do a chunk, but then we just kill everything with darts. I think, do we kill Darkrai? Darkrai is kind of fat. We do, yeah, 98% chance of 1K. I love Adamant Dragapult, it's so nice. You just get so many kills. Okay, I mean, yeah, like Terra Fighting, fine. So, oh, you go for a Psychic Noise. Why'd you do that? Now there's a 0% chance your Darkrai lives. GG. Okay, yeah, so we tried out the Probopass strategy. It was fun. I don't think it's worthwhile. I think we just want like another Pokemon that can help us out. Yes. Yes, you are. Rip my ego. Ah, well. We've all been there. The Blaziken was the major mistake. Someone asked what kind of internship it is. Semiconductor related stuff. I haven't played this tier in 3 months. Okay, we got the excuses in chat. Wonderful. I mean, it's I guess it's valid. I'm not going to hate too much. But yeah, that's GG. Okay, we're back in 1600s. Let's get rid of Probopass. So we also might want to try something different over Grimmsnarl. Like, Grimmsnarl's really, it's quite good. It's really quite good, but at the same time, I also sort of want to give Regieleki a try. What could we sub out here? Like, I'd like to try. So let's first thing first, let's make this Terra Dark so we can kind of mess with Kingambit. I'd like to try to fit on a Darkrai, but I don't think we can. Yeah, let's see. How do we do this? What is the move? What are we removing the Probopass for? So one thing we can do that I think is I wonder if we need the I wonder if we so I was thinking we could remove Tusk for an Iron Treads, which I still think is a possibility, but then we need a really solid Kingambit answer in the last slot. Could go Balloon on Petron. That's another thing if we do go with Lecky for the ground types. But yeah, if we were to go with Iron Treads here, Ice is the only thing unresisted. But yeah, we need a really solid Kingambit answer for this last slot, like a Zamazenta or something. And I'm not a huge fan of Zama on screens. Because Zamazenta, when Zamazenta gets shut down, it's by, like, Petron, Glowking, Moltres. It's not by, it took too much damage from an attacker. I mean, sometimes it is, but it's pretty rare. And I don't think there are really any, like, solid Kingambit answers that fit well here. I mean, we have sub, well, maybe the answer on this team, if we were to go this angle, would be Zamazenta as the screen setter, I think. That's probably the angle. Yeah, I think that we'd still need another Kingambit answer for this last slot, though. And probably a Ghost Resist as well. Maybe this would be where we put the Nasty Plot Darkrai. Maybe this is actually not looking too bad. No Prio, though. No Prio worries me every time. What priority user fits well with Dragapult? Raging Bolts is busted on screens. Like, every time I put that Pokemon on a screens team, I'm like, heck yeah, this is great. This worked awesome. I think, like, problem is though, I think, like, look, a lot of the priority Pokemon would just end up with this team being too weak to Dragapult. Like, I guess there's Kingambit. I guess there's Kingambit. This is a possible version. I'll call this V1. No, I'm not. I'm saying we're weak to Specs Paul, not we should run a Specs Paul. That's never been an option. SD Sucker Punch Darkrai. Yeah, we're super not doing that. Yeah, I don't know about Rillaboom. Like, an SD Rilla is not a terrible idea. But it's just, I'm not a huge fan of it on screens generally, because just, it doesn't have a lot of turns. Unless you give a terrain extender, but then you kind of want to build around that. Rare Crawdon suggestion. That is not an answer to Ball. The thing probably gets 2 KO'd by Shadow Ball. So what was the other angle we went with? We said, okay, if we keep the Tusk, Flying, Ice, and Fairy are the biggest concerns. This team analyzer is great. I love this thing. Download link is in the description, by the way. Yeah, okay, Ice, Flying. And Prio. So, like, low-key, it's also a king. Well, no, but then Fairy, so. We probably have to just take the Flying weakness. Maybe Scizor could be good here. I think that's an okay solution. I think leftover Scizor is pretty good on Veil. And we go probably SR over knockoff now, and then we give knock to Scizor. Go either like Metal Coat or leftovers. Probably leftovers. Might change it to Metal Coat later. We'll call this V2. I don't think Scizor sucks on screens. Okay, let's try this. CC Roar, I think is fine. Bulky support, yeah, that works. We got the Pult, we got the Petron. Terra Dark is what we want here, yeah. I don't see a need to go Air Balloon just yet. I think this is fine. Wellspring, yep, that works. Booster Energy, we'll go Rapid Spin, Knock, EQ, SR. Offensive, I think, is fine. Might change it to HP invested later. But for now, I think this is fine. Actually, let's go HP. I feel like that's going to be... Well, we do have screens. Let's go attack. Let's go attack, and we'll see how we feel later. And this, let's say, yeah, let's go leftovers. Let's go with the old Terra Fire. It's a little bit less common these days, but I think it's still potent. SD, Iron Head, Kowtow, Sucker Punch. Might change this for Terra Dark later. Maybe Terra Dark is the answer. Actually, let's try this. Let's do Leftovers. Terra Dark is rarely seen, but it's a good set. And yeah, let's go Speedy. Speedy for the stall matchup. Gives us a... And other King Gambit as well, to be honest. Go Terra's Steel. Seems fine. We'll go Ghost. Okay, let's give it a go. Let's run it. I think getting rid of the Probopass is the play. 3 ground weaknesses is a bit much. We'll see. Maybe. Could go... One option is... Air Balloon on... Not sure. Especially when you have no immunity. Air Balloon could be a very... Excuse me, a very strong option. HF. Okay. Let's see. So, I feel like Treads is great here. I really like that. Honestly, as a lead, I really like it. Matches up well into almost everything. Zama, I think, is really great here too. Being able to roar stuff after setting Reflect is awesome. Our Terra Dark King Gambit looks incredible. We have a lot of really solid looking Pokemon here. It's just kind of depend on what ends up working best. But okay, we see this. I think Earthquake is the best play. I see the vision with clicking Stealth Rock, but because it can get court changed, I'd rather not. They do let us just one-hit KO the Glamora turn 1, and that was Corrosion, folks. That did not set up Toxic Spikes. So, okay, let's Earthquake this as well. This is going great. I've got no complaints about how this game is going. This is fantastic. Okay, they Terra block. It's funny that they had to Terra to get us to that point. Let's Stealth Rock, honestly. And then let's just go into Zamazenta and shut this down. So let's Reflect here. Okay, they got a little something. Let's just go into... Well, actually, they're probably Cloak. So we might actually be in... Well, not really. We're not really that worried. Let's Nasty Plot here. But they probably are Cloak. But I don't think the Bitterblade's doing enough. They do Bitterblade. Okay, they do just go for it. Let's Malignant Chain here. I think we might see the... Let's see. Now they're just going to Bitterblade again. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. And the Shadow Sneak should kill, which they should go for. So I'm going to Terra Dark here, and Recover is a greedy play, but I think I will go for it. And sure enough, they do Shadow Sneak. We heal up. We're looking great. We can Malignant Chain here, and we are just so in business. This is looking amazing. King Gambit enters. So, yeah, we want to go hard Zama on this. Substitute. Okay. Let's Reflect. And let's Roar. Oh my gosh, it's Pressure. Oh, I should have seen that earlier. This is some absolute nonsense we're facing here. Let's get in Treads on this. Hopefully a Psycho boost right away. Cosmic Power. Okay, we are facing some serious cheese. Okay, let's go Petulant and Malignant Chain this thing. Because I'm thinking it's probably Weakness Policy, which is why I didn't want to go with a more conventional way of handling that. Let's go into Treads. That's going to be a better way. Okay, yeah, they're going to be protecting. But this at least allows us to stall out, you know, so we can stall out so we can reset Reflect. Okay, and they don't go for it, which is interesting. So I'm down to just Earth. Actually, let's knock off here. That covers the Dragonite, and it gets rid of this King Gambit's leftovers. Or, yeah, so it covers the D-Knight was the big thing. Rocky Helmet, that adds up. Honestly, with what we've been seeing, that's not really a surprise to me. Let's just go hard into Dragapult. Let's try to shut this down. Let's just go for darts. It's one. That did. This is a max defense Dragonite in the house, guys. Yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing? All right. Well, we're in some type of world here. Let's reflect. Let's throw off a CC here. I think that'll do a good chunk to something. And we shockingly doesn't kill, which really goes to show how insanely bulky that Dragonite set is. Wow. Yeah, I have, like, there's no, I don't know what we're looking at here. Let's just roar. Okay, we see the taunt come out. So it's taunt, cosmic power, like low kick or something. Like, what are you? Okay, yeah, well, they're catching us with the malignant chain. Okay, so I mean, they're kind of gaming, in a way. Let's go treads. It's EQ. Okay. The taunt makes this weird. Well, they can't have recover is the thing, though. Like, what are you? So you are recover. So then are you just psychic move last or fighting move? Okay, I don't think you can touch me. I'm going to go King Gambit now because I'm just kind of tired of this. Yeah, like, get your weakness policy. You can't hit me. Yeah, like, what do you, like, do something. You can't. Let's SD here. I know you don't have an attack that hits me. Okay, there we go. That was weird. These, yeah, these cheese sets, it's like, they seem like they can be scary, and then you realize that they can't run like 7 moves, so it just doesn't really work out. What's our win record at this point? Or 3-2. Oh, okay. Well, we're getting there. Okay. This looks like a good time for Wellspring. Not a great time for Well. It looks pretty good for Petrarunt as well. There are a lot of ways I think we could kind of take this game. I think I want to kick it off with Ogerpon because it's such a solid answer to Gliscor. Great. Let's go for Substitute in case they go for the greedy turn 1 Toxic. They went for the greedy turn. Honestly, I respect it. Let's Ivy Cudgel. Probably this enters. Cool. Let's go for another one. Okay. We see maybe Adamant. Maybe an indicator of Adamant. We see Synthesis come out. Okay. Okay. They outspeed that time. So they are not... they are Jolly. We get Jolly confirmed. But critical hits, speed tie win, a lot of things put them in danger here. So I'm hoping the danger of this situation kind of baits them into using Terra here. I'm going to bring in Petrarunt, and hopefully they use Terra here. They do indeed. Okay, great. So that's a big win. That is a really nice win. So our King Gambit just became a lot better. Terra Dark King Gambit is looking amazing. I'm going to Nasty Plot here. Yeah, I figured Gliscor would enter. We just Nasty Plot up. Okay, let's it's gonna like Thunder Wave us or something terrible, isn't it? Let's try it. Okay, it's just, is this Cloak? Let's see, we'll find out. Might be Cloak. Let's hit it with like 4. Okay, it's not Cloak, it just got really lucky. Let's Nasty Plot once more. I'm going to Shadow Ball here. Okay, Blissey's getting hurt in its confusion like crazy, and it's still clicking soft-boiled for some reason. That's a lot of Toxic Chip. I don't see the vision. Okay. This person is content to let their Blissey just like burn every last soft build, which works for me. Do you want to let Blissey die here? Actually, we don't need... Yeah, because you take so much chip, we can just go for Malignant Chain this time. Skeleturge? Okay, fine. How much is Shadow Ball doing? Based on that Malignant Chain damage, we need to go for another one. Okay, we actually get it, which is awesome to see. Let's recover here. Ogerpon. Okay, this should be an Encore here. I'd be pretty astounded if it wasn't. So let me go into Treads. We can try to remove hazards here. Yep, cool. Let's go for a nice rapid spin. We live, cool. And their Stealth Rocker is Blissey, which is effectively dead. So let's go for a Stealth Rock. Works for me. Okay, this is going really well. Let's bring in Ogerpon. Let's bring in Ogerpon. Let's do it. And I'll just go for a Cudgel here. Their Ogerpon. Well, it might be Boots, but let's see. It's not Boots. It's at serious risk here. Okay, no, we didn't get a critical hit either, which is kind of a little bit annoying, but can't really complain. Let's go for a Shadow Ball. I feel like it might try to attack here, hoping we'll like get us with an Encore or something. Okay, cool. That's good. The Blissey, I don't think we kill with a Malignant Chain. It might be Boots. So I'm going to Nasty Plot here in case the Blissey tries to enter this turn. Yep. I'm going to Shadow Ball. Okay, they just stayed in with Blissey. You know what? I respect it. It worked out for him. But yeah, actually, what did I say? We weren't going to predict anymore. Should have stuck to my guns on that, but we can go... What do we go here? Let's go Gambit. I don't want to get impatient and throw again. That's what we don't want to do. But let's do this. Thief. Okay. Okay, buddy. Body pro. Okay, Thief, and that's that was kind of worst case scenario, but it's fine. It happens. We got him. If we got Encored, we could just go Patch Runt next turn, so I did not mind. Let's Iron Head. Cool. Dragapult wins now. And Ogerpon. GG. Okay. We got Sticky Barb by that Clefable, by the way, but it's fine. Okay. We're 4-2 now. Since getting rid of the Probopass, we're undefeated. Let's keep it going. HF. Okay, Pult looks pretty darn good here, if I do say so myself, as does Wellspring. I want to actually kick it off with, well... So here's the thing. We can start with Wellspring, but then we probably need to Terra Water, and I don't really want to do that on the Tornado. So let's actually start instead with Treads. Okay. You should Protect here. You really should. Let's SR, and then I'm inclined to go Ogerpon this turn. And if they call it out with like a crazy play, good on them. Okay. Let's sub. I feel like they're so bad against this, they might try to... Okay, so here, I'm inclined to actually Terra Water, and I think I want to try to SD. I think I do. Because I don't think most of these aren't special attack invested. Oh, does that still do enough? It still does enough. We could still do it. We could still do it. Is that worth it? Let's do it. Let's Terra Water SD, and then next turn we'll depending on what set we see. Oh, we got a cool little animation quirk here. That's fun. Let's Horn Leech. We can heal up on something. Like, this is greedy, but I think it's a good play. What happened to the Probopass team? We concluded it wasn't that good. Because one of the things I liked most about the Probopass team was the Dragapult, but I was like, well, is Probopass really viable? We tried playing a few games, and I'm like, well, it might be, but it didn't work so well. Okay, so I'm glad we Horn Leeched because it's going to allow our Dragapult to be healthy next time we come in. And yeah, this is definitely not our final stand here. Okay, that's unfortunate. That I don't like. Is it worth killing the Tornadus? I think we have to. I think we have to kind of go for that kill, but that is unfortunate. Gholdengo enters. Yeah, so this doesn't kill, really. So we could theoretically go for the Cudgel here, unless this is like choice specs or something, but I could also have Thunderbolt. There are a lot of things that could go wrong if we leave it in, and Ogerpon still looks amazing. So let's not throw. Let's go into Treads, and that is indeed Thunderbolt, so good thing we were cautious. I'm going to go back into Ogerpon here, because I'm expecting a Gliscor to come in. And we do indeed get the Gliscor entering. Beautiful. So an Earthquake here has actually a pretty good chance to kill us. So I think let's go for a Cudgel. Probably what'll happen is we'll force the Terra on Gliscor here, which is a fine outcome. I'm okay with that. Yeah, we do see the Terra, and it's going to be a Toxic, actually. So I'm inclined to Swords Dance here, and then this next turn, we could Ivy Cudgel. I think I'll Horn Leech. The Gliscor fails to protect, so we get the kill, and our Ogerpon is still kicking. So that's one of those cases our opponent should have gone for an Earthquake. Well, actually, hold on, what percent we were at? Maybe, I think Earthquake was likely to kill. So we have a Petrun, so we're okay. Yeah, this is the struggle with this Pokemon. Let's Nasty Plot here in case. Okay, so Tyranitar wants to enter. We're gonna go right into Treads on this. We do not want to scrap with a Tyranitar, and our Treads already lost its item, so it's pretty good for this. Okay, they go for Stealth Rock. Interesting. Yeah, I'll just try to Rapid Spin. Okay, Mola comes in. We can just get rid of those boots. And there's the Flip Turn. If Zama comes in, we probably don't knock off that because we're just not worried about this. We're just not worried about Zamazenta. So let's go into Petrarunt, and let's just throw off a Malignant Chain here. If it turns out to be Mirror Coat, well, that's bad. Okay, I want to go into Kingambit. I think this is a Metal Coat set. Yeah, definitely a Metal Coat set. Okay, let's Ironhead, the incoming Zamazenta. Cool. And let's go Petrarunt. It's fine. Let's Nasty Plot here. Okay, Wish comes out. All right. Yeah. Adios, Gholdengo. I'd never run a slow Nasty Plot Petrarunt. GG. Okay. That went pretty well. We're climbing now. Once we got rid of the Probopass, it's been smooth sailing. We are 5-2 now. Is T-Tar living up to the hype? I mean, we're not using T-Tar, but I'm sure someone's happy with its performance out there. Okay, so Clear Body Dragapult is great to have in this matchup. So that's nice. Treads is a solid lead here, I think. Well, yeah, I think Treads is a solid lead. The opponent does not really like Stealth Rock. So, okay. Ooh, Quackaball lead. All right. So I'm going to go hard Ogerpon on this. We do not want to be getting Aqua Stepped right away. Good thing we did that. Let's go for an Ivy Cudgel here. I'm expecting the Rabombi. Cool. We can go into Treads now. Great. And we've got a couple options. We could try to get up Rocks. I think Rocks is the best play here. Probably they go into Sash Ceruledge. Okay, and enters Gholdengo. I'm okay with that. Let's knock off here. And we'll probably get Focus Blasted. No, just Shadow Bolt. Okay, this is awesome. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Yeah, so the Gholdengo goes down. Potential Sashes from Ceruledge are broken. Now, our opponent does have a Tread, so they'll probably try to get that back, but it's still nice. We probably outspeed this in Rapid Spin, so like it could be timid specs, but yeah, usually these are modest and you never run Scarf on Web, so that's really amazing. That went incredibly well for us. I cannot express how happy I am with that outcome. I think I want to go Zamazenta here, and I actually want to Reflect. Because this is, it's, oh, whoa, 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 okay. I completely missed that was leftovers, and that was almost a throw. But it wasn't. We're fine. We're okay. We have a wellspring that completely ends this thing's soul, so we're going to SD here. And that should be game. Oh, you poor thing. Okay, I don't know. I don't see the vision here. What are you hoping that switching? Like, you think the defense drop was what made the Hornleech kill your Quackravol? Like, what are we? Okay. Okay, that's not a bad idea. That was not a bad idea. You could have done that without sacking Rabombi, but I mean, you still die here, though. Yeah, unless critical hit. Obviously, there's always that. Yeah. Okay. GG. All right. We are 6-2, 1700s now. The Dragapult has not really done anything, but we haven't had any close games in a little while, so I'm not going to hate on Dragapult for that. But yeah, I should have clicked light screen against that Enamorous. I was assuming it was choice locked, so that was not good. Yeah, now that game, like, if our Treads hadn't won that speed tie, that game could have turned out to be a lot closer. I still don't think we were, I think we were in a good spot, but it could have been a lot closer. HF, okay. Dragapult, if the Wheezing goes down, that could be really good. Otherwise, though, not looking too amazing. Our Ogerpon just looks fantastic here. Ogerpon looks absolutely busted, kind of smokes the entire team. The only thing they have that doesn't get smoked by Ogerpon is Zamazenta. What's the problem with Zamazenta? We have a Pecharunt, which also Pecharunt looks pretty good against them. Our Terra Dark, Speedy Kingambit looks pretty good if the Zama gets chipped. In general, I think we're set up for success here. This looks like a really strong matchup. I'm going to kick it off with Ogerpon. Let's sub. Cool. Let's SD. Let's do it. Oh no. Okay, cool. They didn't go for it. Awesome. That Sludge Bomb did a ton. Am I, like, tripping? Or okay, that was just a max roll. So that was a low roll on max defense. We should... Okay, and we do get the kill. Oh, no, it's because the Embody aspect didn't happen. That makes sense. Okay, cool. I think that was a good trade. We can heal up with Hornleech on some other Pokemon. They burned their Terra and died. I'm very happy with how that turned out. Let's bring in Pecharunt here. CC, yeah, this is brutal. Let's Nasty Plot. Okay, that's not great. Let's go Zama here. we can get up a Reflect. That was a little rough. Let's bring in the Pecharunt again. Okay, Scald's a little annoying. Okay, yeah. Okay, they're playing this well. Let's get in Kingambit here. Probably Aura Sphere is a rare option. Okay, cool. I'm going to SD. I don't think... Well, let's just Iron Head, honestly. Going for SD is unnecessarily greedy here. Flip turn. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Actually, maybe SD was the better play because it covered the Mola. But okay, we hit the Zama hard. That's good. That is one step closer to a very easy Ogerpon win. I'll go just Pecharunt here. Well, actually, the Latios is a bit obvious. Let's do it anyway. Lou comes out. Let's Malignant Chain this. Lou is kind of the single obstacle to Dragapult left. We get the poison. Huge, 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 huge. Okay. Let's Rapid Spin. Try to get rid of these hazards. Cool. I think Knockoff is going to give us more value than Earthquake long term here. I'll Rapid Spin again. Yeah, we are winning this by a lot. Okay. I think our best play here is probably Pult DD. Or is it? Yeah, I think it's Pult DD. See what they go for. Whirlwind. Good play. Yeah, if they did anything but Whirlwind there, we won the game on the spot, which is why I was a fan of that play. Let's go Zama. Let's reflect. Yeah, I think we can light screen here. T-Wave, okay. A little bit annoying, but that's not the end of the world. Let's go Gambit. Okay, yeah, makes sense. It's SD. Oh my gosh, this Goldengo is something. I'm gonna Kowtow. I don't think you click it again. They clicked it again, but we got him. Let's go for another Kowtow. I mean, that's a heck of a Goldengo set. I'll give it up. Okay, we go into this, we sub, and that's game. They should try to Scald here, but it's not obviously going to work because we have sub. This is why you always run Substitute on your DD Pult. Like, if Substitute is the best. Yeah, and that's game. Okay, GG. Pult cleaned that one up. Like, obviously, it didn't actually do anything, but it was about to do something. So we're now 7-2. Yeah, Substitute is really good move. Okay, I actually got smoked by this team yesterday. It's like AV Max Spidaf Tentacruel, which is honestly a cool set for Rain. But, yeah, I got smoked by this yesterday when I was building when I was trying to get some background footage with some bad teams. Looks like Dragapult actually completely solos this entire team, which I like the look of that. We also have Wellspring, which is great. I feel like we have a pretty good matchup here. But it's a Life Orb Golduck, Life Orb Naspa. Like, there is a lot of legitimately scary stuff here. Like, this team, it's not a free matchup by any means. So I'm trying to think what the right approach is here. Wish we had an electric type. Like, opposing Raging Bolt is like, actually, it's probably Volt Absorb the thing. Low key, this team is not bad. What elo are you? 1840. That makes sense. Yeah, because now that the more I look at this team, I'm like, hold up, you're onto something. How'd they know it was DD Dragapult though? I mean, it's on a screens team. It's probably how but that's probably what they put together. Remember to like the stream if you're enjoying, by the way. Okay, so how do we want to kick this off? We could lead Petron and just Mulligan Chain, but if we don't get the poison, then it's like, well, we're in terrible shape. I think I'll do it anyway. Level 99 is smart here as well. Tentacruel comes out. Okay. Yeah, and that's so bulky. That Rain Dish is just going to heal every last little bit of that up. So I'm going to Nasty Plot here. Yeah, because see, this is why I did that, because I figured they click Sludge Bomb. Now we go into Ogre Pond, right? Okay. So now I'm going to Terra Water Substitute, so we don't take hardly anything from that Sludge Bomb. Then we SD here. You guys see the vision? Oh no! That's really bad. I was Sludge Bomb to Flip Turn Breaking. Ugh. That makes sense, but that's bad news for us. That is really bad news for us. I think Skuta kills us, like, pretty easily. Yeah. That's really bad. I forgot about the Flip Turn Breaking Substitute. Yeah, okay. So that's really bad. I think I Horn Leech anyway, because if they CC, it's Dragapult time. But yeah, this was not a good way of starting this game. They also might overpredict, which would be great. Yep, they overpredicted. Excellent. We love to see it. I'm going to Cudgel right away. Awesome. We got him. Problem is, we need 3 Dragon Dances to outspeed Skuta with our Pult. It's a lot of DDs, but I think it's doable. Problem is, that Raging Bolt's not gone because of Palmont. This team is actually so smart. I kind of love it. Yeah, because you've got like this super bulky Tentacruel for remove, which, granted, the Tentacruel is not going to be effective at removing in a lot of games. Like if you face a hazard stack with like something that can switch in decently on Tentacruel, like because this thing, it doesn't do very much damage. Like any Pokemon with Recover really can stall terrain turns, then hazards destroy you. So the team has its issues, but there's a lot that's very, very good about this, I think. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to Horn Leech again. Well, let's wait a little bit first. Kind of like we're thinking. Why is level 99 Pelipper smart? Because, so that's a good question. Mola, and yeah, mostly Mola. So Mola is really rough for this team if it gets the slow flip turn. And, you know, Mola walls a good amount of things on this team. So Pelipper wants to get the slow flip turn. And so yeah, basically for really offensive teams, I do this in Nat decks too. When I'm running a very offensive team, I always want my Molas to get the slow flip turn. It's really important. On bulkier teams, I usually just go level 100 because it's like, well, you know, it's usually not as crucial, but in those shorter games, kind of faster tempo, it's really important. Also, guys, remember to like the stream if you're enjoying. Let's go for Horn Leech now. Oh, they haven't decided either. That's wild. Let's go for Horn Leech now. Wow, our opponent is taking a while. Okay, Terra Poison P-Jab, and it doesn't kill. That is devastating. I would like sue Nintendo if I was my opponent here. Let's go Treads. It was shocking that didn't kill. Okay, and we want to set up rocks here, obviously. Whoa, you stay in. That's, I guess I respect that. Let's knock off. Let's see if your Aqua Jet lasts. Okay, we knock the Pelipper's Damp Rock. That's cool. Let's go, honestly, let's go Ogerpon here, so we can shut down a potential Palm Odd attempt. Cool. And we can also Horn Leech here, heal up a little bit. Nice. Is this like Boots Scuda? If it's Boots, that could be problematic. We get confused, which sucks. Hopefully we don't get like fully confused. Okay, let's keep Horn Leeching. We're not getting fully confused, that's good. Let's Horn Leech again. We get hit in confusion. We die. That is super sad. Okay, let's go Pult and DD. Let's see what they go for here. U-turn. Okay. Golduck enters. Does this kill with like a Life Orb Ice Beam? It does not. Modest Life Orb Ice Beam does not kill this Dragapult. That is a really sad moment for Golduck, honestly. Don't freeze me. Good, okay. That was an absolute max. No, it wasn't an absolute max. It was a high roll. Please don't be Boots Scuda. It's not a set. Please don't be Boots Scuda. Okay, yeah, you don't. Surely you don't, right? Wow, yeah, no. Palmot is just getting destroyed by that. Yep. Dragapult has done it, folks. Oh my gosh, it only took one to kill Tentacruel. And it was not a Boot Scuda, thankfully. GG. Okay, we are 8-2. We have not lost a single game since things went downhill with Probopass. You gotta like the stream for that. Also, hold on, let me go back here. Wait, let's see. Did they leave? Oh, they left. I think you're really on to something here. Command didn't work for some reason, but I feel like your squad is either broken or close. Whoops. Close. Could you contact me on Discord? Tag is pink across. Maybe we can work on this together. Okay, I will... Let's see here. Dragapult looks really nice. Let's see. All right. What does Golduck have over Kingdra? Nasty Plot is the big one. Skewed as Mystic Water makes sense. Yeah, Mystic Water's good. So, okay, let's see here. What's the lead though? This team's like weirdly awkward because they have like one good answer for everything. Conkeldurr, low-key a problem. Shout out Conkeldurr. I guess in those awkward matchups, you want to... You know what else? This team is weak to Wisp. Weak to Wisp. Whoops. Not weak to Sipping. Hopefully not. Weak to Wisp. So that might be... Maybe we go like a Lumberry on something. This team's definitely weak to Wisp. Okay. I mean, we have Substitute. It's weak to Dragapult Wisp. Weak to Pult Wisp. Okay. Let's see. Let's make sure I save that so we got the poke paste in chat. Okay. Whoops, sorry. I guess we start with Zama. That's probably the best thing I can think of. But this is... Yeah, okay, okay. It's probably about to knock us off, which is not ideal. Okay, that's great. Actually, that's awesome. I'm double screens. Great start to the game. Cynoise, yeah, that's just... I'm so not worried about that. And that's Liquid Voice. Keep that in mind. Let's bring in the Ogre. Okay, that did absolutely zero. Got a special defense drop, which is like mildly annoying. I'm down to SD. So, right, like if you Flower Trick here, it's not going to kill, unless you're banded, which would suck, but that's really rare. Okay, just U-turn, sure. Yeah, that'll do a chunk, but we got, okay, Life Orb is very, oh, and we're about to heal all of this back. That was great. Okay, Life Orb, Flower Trick here. Does not kill. Gets close, but it does not kill. I think this time we Cudgel. Oh, well, does anybody know what my opponent is doing? They are 1582. How did we queue up into this? Okay, well, our special defense drop now matters. Let's go into Pult on this. We outspeed this after a DD, and we're really well suited defensively to take this on. Conkeldurr. I mean, Darts is looking pretty damaging. Depends on the set. I'm so greedy, we're gonna do it. Let's go for it. Oh, it's max HP. That is max HP. Yeah, that is super bulky. Okay, so be it. Yeah, Mach doesn't kill though, so we're still okay. Like, we're still probably going to win the game, but... Let's Phantom Force. Oh yeah, I figured it would Sucker Punch, but in case its plan was like Terra Fairy, figured we'd go for that. Okay, let's go King Gambit and just click Kowtow Cleave. Okay, we catch the treads coming in. Let's go for another Kowtow Cleave. We see Terra Ground. Rapid Spin was the follow-up. Okay. That kind of does make sense, to be honest. Let's Sucker Punch. Okay, they got a bit of game. Let's Kowtow here, honestly. I don't think they click EQ this turn. Okay, we got him. We got him, folks. We can just go Zama, get screens up. Okay, let's just Roar here in case they try to sub up. And if not, then we can just go Treads and shut this down with Earthquake. They already used Terra, so... Well, did they? Yeah, it was the Treads, so... We just knock off here, and that should be it. Okay, we got DD in the house. I don't think this kills, though. Yeah. GG. Okay, we are 9-2. Guys, you gotta like the stream for that. We are 9-2. We have won... That is our 8th win in a row. Now, that opponent was a bit... They made some very questionable decisions, but hey. HF. Okay, another rain team. This one, I think, is... This is a more conventional rain team. Still threatening, for sure. Still definitely threatening. Yeah, rain is not great for our team. Even though, we have for Screen's Wellspring team, we ought to be great against rain, but I feel like we're not. Yo, Pink across real. Nah, I'm super fake. Yeah. I'm fake as hell. Okay. Let's lock in here. Yeah, this is like... I feel like this is weirdly like a kind of one of the harder rain teams for us to deal with. We have like a lot of we have good things, but then there are also things that make me go like, oh, that's not good. Yeah. Took a swig of water there. Gotta stay hydrated to make good decisions. Yeah, this is awkward. We want to keep Wellspring healthy. The Overquill is a threat. Zama looks actually offensively really good here, like just clicking close combat, if we can chip the Pelipper. So I'm thinking... What do we lead with, though? I think... That's just such an easy switch in is the problem. I think let's kick it off with Dragapult and just go for darts on the Pelly to try to get damage. We could DD too. Let's just darts. Okay, Treads enters. And we get red carded into Wellspring. That is awesome. That is I mean, this is not a play you really need to think about. We're going for Big Ivy Cudgel. And down goes Treads. Super happy with how that went. No complaints at all. All right. Now this is, I think, this is definitely a threat. So what we could do... No, so Life Orb Gunk Shot has a chance to just smoke us. So we don't go that angle. This could be a King Gambit moment. This could also be a Zamazenta moment. How much is our King Gambit taking from, like, Liquidation? Probably getting to it KO'd. No, it's not. Wow, Loverquill. Okay. Let's go King Gambit here. And hopefully they don't SD. They Gunk Shot. Awesome. Let's just Iron Head here. Actually, you definitely switch. Let's go for Kowtow. Well, not definitely, but if they stay in, that's okay with me. Okay, they go for the SD. Fine. Let's go for an Iron Head this next turn. Yeah, we don't die as expected, and this will not kill, but it'll get us really close. Then we can Sucker Punch. Works for me. Definitely works for me. Okay, in comes Greninja. This is one of the more threatening Pokemon. I think I do want to go into Ogerpon here. They go for the Dark Pulse. Good play. We could Terra Water here. Do we need Terra for anything else? I don't think so. So I'm going to do that because killing this would be really excellent. If we get flinched by Dark Pulse, we have Zamazenta as kind of a backup plan. But we do just get the kill. So we are in really, really good shape now. I don't really see a realistic world in which we lose this game. Let's go for a Horn Leech here, get a little bit of health up. Should just U-turn out, I'm guessing. Okay, going for a Hurricane is interesting. Let me go for another Horn Leech here, see what this Pelipper wants to do. Goes for another Hurricane. I don't understand what they're doing. Okay, I really don't want this. Actually, it'd be fine. Okay, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate, but not game altering. But that does suck. Let's go. Oh, we don't want to go Zama. Let's go. Let's just go Petrunt. Petrunt is fine here, and let's throw off a Malignant Chain. Okay, cool. We do get the poison, so that's good. Raging Bolt enters. I'm just going to go for Malignant Chain again. This Petrunt is good for nothing else. I mean, there's a Kingambit right there, so... okay, we get That's a little bit annoying, but not a huge deal. Let's go Dragapult and just throw off some darts. Terrabug, great. Happy to see the Terrabug get burned on that, because now Zamazenta wins. Yeah, like I am so cool with seeing that happen. Let's get up Stealth Rock. And this we can go into, let's go Wellspring. I think looks good here. Just let that die. Sure, that's fine. Pelipper now. Do you die to a Treads hit? Do you die to a, you die guaranteed to Treads knockoff. So let's go into that. Yeah, this game things went well for us here. We can just knock off again. Let's just Earthquake. Let's just okay, sure. Cool. GG. All right, we have won 9 games in a row at this point. We are 1771. All right, we got another Kingambit in the house. This looks like a tougher matchup than what we've been seeing. I don't like to see Dragonite. I don't hate seeing Dragonite, but I don't love it. There are a lot of Pokemon here that are kind of annoying. I think I want to kick it off with Treads, because we have a pretty good way of spin blocking Tusk with Petrunt, and we're okay letting Petrunt take damage here because it's not that essential for this matchup. If their Pult is Wisp, that could be really annoying. But yeah, I think Treads gets us started on the best foot forward here. A lot of their team hates Stealth Rock. Yep, Tornadus is a common and expected lead. Remember to like the stream if you're enjoying. Okay, let's see. Do we get hit with a Heat Wave? We do get hit with a Heat Wave, which is kind of, that did a lot, did it? Or am I just, maybe I'm being dramatic. No, that Heat Wave did not that much. So this is probably just a 0 special attack, like AV or Boots. Yeah, this is like AV or Boots, something like that. Okay. We could knock off here. I think that's probably the best thing we can do. Okay, Tusk enters, we get rid of the helmet. Definitely going into Petrunt here. Yeah, for sure. This is kind of what it's for. Okay, they go for Headlong. We can just recover. Or do we want to... Let's recover. Part of me was wanting to Shadow Ball there. Okay, wow, that was a crazy Rapid Spin. Sure, let's Shadow Ball. Oh my gosh, why didn't you go into Kingambit? Okay, weirdest play ever. Obviously worked out well for us. That's one obstacle out of the way for our Kingambit, which is great to see. Let's go into Zamazenta. Surely you don't just sack the Tusk. Oh my god, they clicked Rapid Spin. What the okay, like, what elo were you? Sick, like, okay, I mean, I guess it worked, but like, I feel like that was a terrible play. Okay, well, all right, well, now we have to, okay, well, that happened. I don't even know what to say, really. Like, that was the greediest rapid spin ever. And I mean, it worked. Like, it worked, but wow, that was not a good... Wow. I just, like, yeah, I have no idea what to say about that. I'm astounded. I think we gotta sack Treads. I don't think we're getting rocks back up. Fire Blast comes out. Okay, so this is probably Specs, I'm guessing. Let's go for rocks. Nope, not Specs. Okay, Life Orb. Okay, good to see. Good to see that. All right. That was shocking, dude. Holy crap. All right. I have no idea what could compel someone to play that way. Let's go for a Kowtow Cleave here. Okay, cool. We do a ton to Volcanion. Might have Wisp. I don't think we're at the point that we can afford to play for possibilities like that. We got a critical hit, so this is pretty bulky. Okay, critical hit. That indicates that this thing is like max HP, because that did 67, so this thing is probably max HP. Yeah, it's probably max HP, which probably means 0 speed, which probably means we can just Kowtow Cleave here. And we could not Kowtow Cleave. They are speedy HP invested, because that's what people do. Like, I feel like I'm going insane here. Okay, well, I think our only play here is to Terra Dart Kowtow Cleave. Go for it again. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. I'm so confused. Okay, they burn their Terra on D-Knight. That's good. I think we preserved King Gambit, I think. Let's go Ogerpon here. And let's sub. Cool. Ivy Cudgel for a bit of damage. I'm going to Ivy Cudgel again. Awesome. We get another hit. Okay, great. Should be Zamazenta here. We can Reflect. Awesome. We can Light Screen. Let's see here. They should go into Dragapult, knowing that... Okay, now they're making plays that make sense. Sure. All right, they take us out. That is... I think that's Infiltrator, based on how much that did. So that's unfortunate. Let's Sucker Punch. Okay, they go into... We should be able to outspeed and just kill with a Kowtow Cleave here. Let's do that. Okay. Okay, they are... What are you? How did you do that? How did you live that? Our Kowtow Cleave supposed to be... Are you defensive King Gambit? Because I think that did too little. Like, our Kowtow Cleave to a max HP Gambit is doing 40... They're defensive King Gambit. And they got us with the SD. Okay. That's critical hit I'm calcing. No, they're not defense. Okay. That's my bad. Yeah, that is my bad there. Okay. So if this thing U-turns, that could be really bad. Is my concern. I think U-turn will kill us here. Why was I calculating a critical hit? How did that come up? Did I just accidentally click that, or like... Okay. U-turn, yeah, U-turn would do it here. So I think what we do is we go out into Petrons. Yep. Oh, they just straight up didn't kill with their Dragapult. Okay, that makes this a lot easier. Yeah, that makes this much, much easier. We go into this. I think we get outsped probably, so let's DD. Now it's darts. This should kill, I think, but if not, okay. not die, but I think they're all attack. So yeah, we guarantee there's no the games they can play we kill with Sucker Punch. Holy dude. That was insane. Okay, post uni poverty. Let's remember this player as the absolute greediest individual on the entire ladder. That rapid spin was unhinged. Our opponent could have put themselves in a good offensive position with a Pokemon that was threatening against my team, gotten chipped, forced my Zama to burn its defense boost, and saved their Great Tusk as a sack for later. But they said, no, let me try to rapid spin again. That's insane. Oh, I critically hit the Volcanion and never switched off. That's how good. Good note. Also, yeah, shout out to the speed invested bulky Volcanion, which I guess isn't the craziest thing in the world. Like you EV invest to outspeed. Like you want to be bulky, but you EV to like outspeed can get. Like I guess that kind of makes sense. Also, I gotta say, a lot of people internship. It's semiconductor related stuff. So I want to talk about this because this is just a brief thing I want to address. A lot of people will say like, oh, you know, Pink Cross, like you just say people are like making bad plays because they work, because like they got you. And it's like, well, so I consider this a bad play. This rapid spin. I think that was a bad play for my opponent. And which I just explained why, right? But it's but anyway. Then we go later. Volcanion enters. Critical hit by Kyoto Cleave. My opponent here went for Taunt. Meaning, my opponent was thinking I would Swords Dance here, or potentially worried of trying to just get me to burn Sucker Punch PP. This was not a good play. And it didn't work. There were a lot of plays made in the end here that were not good plays, that didn't work. So I just want, like, when I say something's a bad play, there were a lot of plays there that I think were bad plays that didn't work, and one bad play, or one that I consider a bad play, that did work. So just want to get that out there for the people who think I'm like, only call it bad plays when it, like, you know, works. You can make a bad play and it can work. .200 speed, max HP taunt with Volcanion is pretty normal. Davis, what world are you living in? I'm not saying good luck. I don't want them to have any good luck. Like, let's check Volcanion here. Let's see how much we find that. Huh. 12.57%. Look at that. Speedy mod. And I guess I'm guessing that's EV to outspeed King Gambit. And that is HP, right? Yeah. Okay, you know what? You're right. I guess that's not that crazy of a set. Yeah, Taunt was definitely still not the move. But, yeah, wow. That rapid spin was crazy. Hey, hypothetically. You wouldn't be checking my paste. I have not looked at the paste. I'm live, so everyone would know if I was lying. Also, I couldn't get your PM because if I allow messages, people send me racial slurs and stuff. But I'll accept the request on disk. I think I saw you sent one. Okay. So now we know the flip turn thing, so let's not mess that up like last time. Yeah, this is like weirdly not a great matchup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is like tricky. This is tricky. We could lead like, it'd be a weird, but like maybe like might work. But like, King Gambit as a lead? Am I crazy? That is kind of that's kind of bad. Because King Gambit's kind of actually looks really good here, potentially late game. Could lead Treads. Could lead Treads. There's no good option here. Let's lead. I think we lead Pult and just throw off some darts on the Pelipper. And I'm hoping they'll attack us here, like Hurricane or something, and be too afraid to U-turn because we might DD. They had no fear of U-turn. Okay, I respect that, I guess. Let's go Wellspring on this. We get frozen. Oh no. Okay, let's hope we unfreeze. We instantly thaw out. That's actually good luck then that we got frozen, because they probably wouldn't have made that play otherwise. I think we go Zama here on what I'm hoping is a Weather Ball. They thundered. That's not good. Let's set up a light screen. Don't get paralyzed. We get paralyzed. That sucked. Let's go Treads. And I think we just rock up here. Oh, okay, staying in with Bolt. All right. I'll EQ. Okay. I'm honestly, yeah, I'm okay with that outcome. Could we go Pult and DD here, actually? How much is Draco doing? Not, like, weirdly not that much. I think we do this. This is Terra Fairy, isn't it? The comment they made at the start of the game makes me think they've changed this Palmot to be Terra Fairy. Okay. I'm kind of insane for that one, to be honest. Someone should lock me up for those reads. That's why you don't talk to your opponent and reveal set information. That's, yeah. Be very cautious with what you say to your opponent. Yeah, the opponent got hacked by the freeze is actually accurate, yeah. I think this thing dies, based on how much it took last time. It might survive. We'll see. We'll see. Opponent is sweating here, taking their time. They do survive on a thread. That is devastating, folks. That is absolutely devastating to see. We want to prevent this thing getting more than one Revival Blessing, so I'm going to switch out into Wellspring here. And yeah, so that's super unfortunate, but it is what it is. I think that was it. Depending on the roll, that might not have even been bad luck. And we want a Horn Leech here. So down goes the Palmot. We get a little bit of health back. We're actually not in a bad position. We're really not in that bad of a position because King Gambit is looking excellent in this end game. Death Note, read. Yeah. I think Pelly dies. How much have we damaged Pelipper? I think we did, right? We hit it with Pult Darts. So Dragapult Darts against Pelly. That indicates that, yeah, that's max defense. It was a low roll on max defense too. Really low roll. So, okay, max defense, Pelipper, Horn Leech, 75% chance to 1 KO. Pelly enters. So that's good. Tentacruel comes in. Okay. You have a Sludge Bomb, which you have no special attack investment, so your Sludge Bomb is probably going to do like 2%. Yeah, it's not going to do that much. Let's just Horn Leech here. See what they want to do. Okay, we get a critical hit, which doesn't really matter. Okay, oh, P-Jab. Okay, changing it up a little. That's interesting. Wonder why they changed that. Well, anyway, we're fine. As I said, yeah, the critical hit really did not matter there. If that was... Okay, yeah, we don't need to take a P-Jab here. We can go into Petrant very easily. CC, okay, sure, that works. Let's Malignant Chain. Flip Turn comes out. Let's confirm that Mystic Water damage. Just to make sure. That did 23, so in Mystic Water range. Yeah, that'll kill there. Yeah, let's keep it around. Let's go Pult here. That's fine. Would you consider building a sand team around Lycanroc? I assume you mean the Sand Rush one, and unfortunately, no, I would not. There's Excadrill and Houndstone, I think, are both better Sand Rush Pokemon. Ogerpon, someone says Ogerpon wins if when rain ends. Not really, no, because Barraskewda outspeeds and kills with P-Jab or CC. Let's get the timer going here. I think it's time. It's time to make a choice. Yeah, Hydro Pump. Cool. I mean, that's powerful. It starts. Yeah, there's the Ice Beam. Go Ogre. Horn Leech. Ice Beam. No, Ice Beam has a 0% chance to kill. That's rough. Golduck gets Vacuum Wave, right? I don't think so. Let me check. If it does, that's awesome. But I don't think it does. It can. Ooh, okay. Golduck looking kind of fire. You know what I'd probably run is like, ooh, you know what would be good is, okay, I'm gonna write this down here. I feel like maybe like Terra Psychic. Golduck, does it get Psyshock, right? I don't know. I feel like there's something to this team though. Like, I feel like this team has real potential. My worry is that maybe it's already optimized and it's just going to have the struggles that Rain has. That's hilarious. Do we unfreeze immediately again? We unfreeze immediately again. That was kind of goofy. Yeah, that was wild. That was wild. First one mattered, the second one did not matter at all. Is Ogerpon HP invested? No. Ogerpon's just kind of has a really good stats. Yeah. Girl Boss energy is too much for the team, so it crit him on out of existence. Golduck stream when? I have used Golduck before for a team fixing video, and it was good. I hope my opponent overpredicts and goes for a liquidation here. I don't think they will, though. P-jab, yep, good play. Okay, that's pretty much it. We just click Kowtow Cleave here. The one thing we don't do is let this thing potentially comp mine, which I doubt it has, but GG. Okay, that's a good note to end the stream on. We just won 11 games in a row. I think that's a record-breaking win streak for my live streams. 11 in a row. I think that's a record, which, I mean, we're low ladder, but we ended up, we started at, we went from 1500s to 1800s in this stream. That's kind of crazy. That's the ending record at 12-2, and 2 of those losses were in the first 3 games. That's insane. Yeah, getting rid of Probopass was definitely the play. Hope you guys enjoyed this Ogerpon Wellspring stream. I'm kind of kidding. Dragapult had its good moments. It was honestly, it performed pretty well. I was rather impressed with it. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Nothing really else to say. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a good time. Hope you had a good time too. We've been dominant. These past 2 streams have been extraordinarily dominant, which is awesome to see. Will you ever do a stream on Arctozolt plus Chili Glowking? No. Relying on a Chili Reception Glowking, it's just not worth using Arctozolt. You need an actual snow setter. Unfortunately, the best snow setters are Alola Tails and Abomasnow, neither of which are really worth using, I would say. And what was something else I was going to say? You heard it here, folks. Dragapult for OU. Who would have thought the Dragapult stream would do? All right, guys. It's a lot of trash talk. Okay. But look at this. Dragapult. If we let's look at High Ladder Pult, and let's look at the moves it's running. Would you look at that? Dragon Dance isn't even on here. Almost like it's kind of a unique set. Interesting. Anyway, thank you guys for attending. Hope you had a good time. Let's try to time this right. Let's end this in